we want to watch ourselves live? That's the question.
Sounds enticing. As much as I like to look at myself because I'm so vain.
Okay, so that is on. That is on. So we've got a live chat. We've got questions. You may or may not be hearing engine revving sounds in the background. We don't know. But we're here.
We are here.
Tech Tuesday.
Doing a thing.
After Labor Day. But that's honestly why we're live today, is because trying to get in a Tech Tuesday and edit it, as well as we have the Triple Crown show coming up here this weekend. So
I love that.
There's a lot going on here, a lot of things incoming. So, but we do want to make sure that we hit Tech Tuesday this week for you guys. So welcome to the live. As always, if you guys have questions as we go, we'll try to hit the live chat. But otherwise, we've got plenty of stuff to hit from the last Tech Tuesday. I think we had 12. And then if we do have time, we're going to try to hit some Facebook questions as well. We should have or thought about doing it last week. But again, just with everything going on.
Yeah, it was, last week was a blur, man.
Yeah, I know. August is already gone, guys. It's already September. So, you blink twice. No, but we're excited. We're happy to be back. Welcome into the podcast. It's a podcast, I guess, setting. Welcome into the podcast. Welcome into Tech Tuesday, and we'll be back answering questions for the people. But before we do, Tim, do you have any questions, quibbles, queries, fashion statement tips for those in the audience this morning, for those working on vehicles this past Labor Day? Yeah, for them, those guys, those people watching this. Episode 90, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, episode
10
90.
away from 10, or 100.
If you go to the track and you're trying to
100.
get through tech, and they check your helmet, which is really rare, make sure it's in date. And it's got the proper date on there. It has a proper sticker on it. Otherwise, they will tell you to put your stuff back on a trailer or get another helmet.
Really?
Oh, it's true.
Can you just put a sticker on it? Can you just manufacture your own sticker?
No, you don't want to do that. It's not
You
so
heard
much
it here first.
not so much safety third when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Fire suppression, helmets, fire suits, all those things matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've driven for years with an expired helmet.
Yeah.
But I got some new helmets actually this weekend. That was a lot of money.
No, it's true.
It's all good.
They just put new carpet in here, so we've rigged up the backdrop behind us kind of willy-nilly. So if it turns into cinder blocks, you'll know why. Okay, so let's jump into the questions this morning. This comes from we should probably at least hit the live chat from Hunter Freeman. What's up, guys? Got my Fusion fired up on Sunday. I did. Tim just showed me that.
Reading that, yeah.
So congratulations.
You can't tell me that thing ain't great. I mean, it's
definitely cool.
I really thoroughly enjoy it.
In the desert, albeit. So that's really cool.
That's a lot of heat. And sand.
And sand. You got the Star Wars quotes coming. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to get into that. Let's jump into it. NGA Technology _com. Interesting. As Tim says, ACES fuel injection for the people.
That's it.
I'm happy.
That's the words.
Yeah, I know. I'm happy to be one of them ACES people. With two awesome 355 Chevy builds, both running the original Killshot, both with quick draws and, of course, all of the sweet extra bells and whistles. Patiently waiting for Tim to say when there's a kit with dual Killshot 2s to fuel my 78 Z28, SB3 or 434 with an 8-71 blower.
It's a maxed out small block, probably with the extra girdles and stuff in it, and the big fat 871 on top of it. I'm excited about that. It's going to stick out the hood good and proper. I like it.
It'll be cool. Do I?
Not yet.
Okay. All right.
Not yet.
All right. I was gonna pull a Tech Tuesday.
Yeah.
But I guess not. We won't be showing that. Okay. After you, sir.
What does that say?
In flood.
In flood? I don't have my glasses, bruh. Enjoy listening to Tech Tuesdays. To be honest, I'm a little skeptical.
Fair enough.
Purchase the Jackpot LS kit with the manifold, injectors, throttle body,
This
etc.
radio
back
announcer
in
voice.
November. That's not the radio announcer voice.
Jackpot LS kit with the manifold injectors and throttle body.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
No.
On sale during Thanksgiving. Finally got my single turbo 6.0 fired up for the weekend. I'm 85 Fox.
Nice.
I'm going to put an LS in my Fox body as well. Cranked over a few revolutions. She fired right up. Sounds insanely aggressive. With the Texas Speed, stage 2 cam. Looking forward to letting it idle, self-learn a bit, and get moving under its own powers.
Yeah,
Backed up
absolutely.
reverse manual valve, body TH 400. Have a long way to go. But from the ground up, hair and fire super encouraging. Give me a second wind. And also, check out some of the basic guides I made. I'm getting ready to be doing, this week will be a huge focus on the Jackpot variations. I'll be dropping in things on Facebook.
On the face space.
Yeah.
Face space.
Facebook. Yeah.
No, it's good. No, that's really cool. I think the more, fresh startup build stories that we have, the better.
Yeah.
So.
Time Warp Racing. Dear Tim, how's the dual quad going? Signed, a concerned citizen. Hashtag
I've got a
Ted
picture
Mico.
to send you, Ted.
Yeah. Ben will send you a picture.
I'll send you
of
a
the
picture.
Thing. Yeah. Go do a thing.
The rest of you, I guess we're going to hold off for a second.
No, we're doing some testing. It's dope. But there'll be a whole what to do about that stuff.
Yes, indeed.
No garage guy. 22 minutes. Ain't enough. Ben and Tim.
Oh, yeah, I was talking about last week.
Ben, have you got a mustache yet? I mean, a muscle car. Ooh.
Nice going, Tim. It's not what it says.
You probably rock a mustache. Josh does a good
I
one.
don't.
He's straight up.
My wife would kill me.
Would she? Bro.
Yeah, she would. In fact, if I shave ever, it's bad. It's bad. You have to actually get permission to shave. That's a whole other. There's a whole other story.
Wow. Well, that's the predicament I'm in. I generally do what I want.
William Berg, Tim and Ben, what's up, guys? Aces for the people. We
Fire it
try.
up. Pirates time.
Let's go. Let's see here. 85 Cutlass Man. He believes you're mean. No. He says, okay, since you're being mean and I can't get speed on my Killshot 2 data log, how do I keep my Black Jack distributor from breaking up in high RPM, 5K and up, under high load? AFR is clean through 12.8 through the pole.
Pull a little timing out of it and see if that helps out a little bit. Also, pull a data log and see what kind of dwell timing to make sure it wasn't incidentally selected to like simple versus 2D. Because sometimes I ran into a thing where somebody had like the dwell timing was set to like a simple value.
Sure.
It was staying. It wasn't decreasing appropriately to saturate the coil, and it was making it break up like madness.
I don't remember what his question was.
We used to have a whole thing about they would break up a little bit and they mess with all the parameters for the strategy on that, and it just infinitely helped.
Oh, okay. He originally asked, in the future, will vehicle speed be able to be seen on the data log?
Well,
that's what he said last
We haven't
week.
focused hardly at all on data logging stuff. We've been really hardcore focusing on making sure Part A works with Part B, so we can see that it works good with the customers and not get put on the D list.
Nice. He says also battery voltage on the handheld is showing 3 volts less than what the battery shows. Is there a way to set an offset on charging voltage?
Not that the end user can adjust with the gain controls of battery voltage. There's a good chance, depending on how you got it wired and what gauge wire you're using, you're having a little bit of resistance in there, which is dropping the voltage. Some folks, they'll have a thing where they'll have the battery in the trunk, but they won't have the right size wires, and it will show a disparity, which also mess with your O2 sensor and cause it to run unnecessarily rich.
Married life, Hunter Freeman. It's great. I can't complain. John Stokes, what's up, guys? First time actually getting on here live. What's up? Appreciate what y'all do on here.
Mr.
Thank
Stokes.
you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, here we
Dude,
go.
I got a whole screenshot. I got a new phone, so I had
I
a
know,
bunch
he
of
was bragging this
screenshots
morning.
on some amazing troll work from our viewers on some adverts and commentaries and such, and I was like, man, it was solid. It was, the thing is, like, some of these funny comments people make, like, it seems hurtful or what have you not, but like, if you're not really in the industry, you don't know that's just shop talk and good fun. But like some people, they get on there to like carry the torch.
I almost put troll faces on us last week, but I decided
I thought
not
it was
to.
funny.
I was this close.
Sometimes people, they say something, I'm just like, man, that was a banger. I like that.
Yeah,
That was a solid one. And then some people are actually out there and like they're like they really mean to be mean, which it just whatever, dude.
It is what it is. I've found that to be partially the case, but really, truthfully, especially with people like me that are entering into this area,
it's tough for
there's
you.
There's a little poke and prod, but actually it's been very well received, so I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Mark Hughes, 4674, on the Gen 2 5-inch screen, so I guess the new generation of screen, I'm starting to think the chances of getting the miles per hours as a default in the fuel level sensor is like getting a stripper to go home with you. Can you get the squirrels out of the engineering department and get them to focus? Thank you. Wow.
Yeah. No, that was already, I already sent that.
Oh, the fuel.
Yeah, because the fuel level sensor is working in the Gen 2 stuff. Mm-hmm. That's not a problem. We haven't made the video for it yet. It scales easy. You can do it in the software too, especially for the kill shot stuff. We're going to try to backdate that to a lot of the Gen 1 capabilities as well, but like the early stuff, before we started using new chipsets, may not be affected by that. But
I'm confused as to why it's a big deal for the miles per hour as the default.
A couple of software versions ago, it used to be you could pick it RPM or you could pick it miles per hour and it'd stay. But some reason in the new version,
it's not doing it.
It's defaulting back, and the layout's different. It's like it's the data that's on there. So I got this whole what to do about like, hey, these are things that normal folks would use, and can we make it do this again? So already sent it.
I don't know. I didn't know. Not to say I didn't know. I didn't think it was that major of a deal. On the 7-inch, you get them as you can display them both there all the time. Period. For the 5-inch, I thought it was just a boop. You touch it, and then on the Bluetooth module, you just
stay there. Whenever you cycle the key, it defaults back to RPMs. It doesn't stay there. Sure. It used to be you could select mile per hour RPM, but now it's got an RPM gauge and it's got mile per hour underneath of it. So the next big push for me is to get those to swap. Yeah. So you can pick like which one's on the top or bottom.
Yeah. And I agree with Tim. Fuel level sensor stuff is out for the next generation.
Yeah, I was playing with it the other day in a training session.
We are working on it still on the back end.
Yeah.
RAM stuff, as we've said. Let's see. Oh, whoa! Okay, hey guys, wow. You answer questions.
Me?
What's going on, everyone? Wow.
Married Life, John Stowe.
Married Life.
Thank you, Tim, Ben, and all the time on Info and Tech Tuesdays. Thank you so much for all the manuals and all the info spending the time. It's people out here. I'm working hard on manuals. If I am not on camera, I am writing. Like I've even skipped a lot of meetings upon meetings, pre-meetings, about meetings, post-meetings, before the meetings of the pre-meetings. Corporate life. I set my Jackpot ECU and screening last week to do a red light issue, just wondering about how long it could take before I hear back. If we have received it, it usually takes a day or so. You'll get an email from my department saying like, hey, we processed it, we found this is what's up. And you should check your emails for that. But if it's been received, the holiday could have slowed that down, unfortunately, because I know there's some that was already on the way, and we ain't got them yet. But, yeah. I will be doing a thing where we start receiving it and sending people in emails at some point, but we got to get that system set up so that it automatically just like, hey, bloop, received, send to customer, hey, we got your thing in, we're testing. That way you know. Let's see, Brian Hall. So will the Bluetooth module work with a standalone EGT monitor? Also, will the EGT monitor be integrated into the Joker system anytime soon? I really don't have time for multiple screens. Well, the integration into all systems will be a thing. It's just that we have to hit the enterprise ones first, all the top sellers and everything, before we go backwards to do the Joker and other versions of the Joker as well. But yeah, you should be able to use that Bluetooth module for the EGT stuff. That shouldn't be a massive deal. I have an actual AFR discrepancy from bank to bank, and it's driving me crazy. I think 8 EGT monitors will help me figure out some stuff on that. No, it'll help you. It'll also help you get your individual cylinders dialed in. Because what happens normally when I see an actual AFR disparity, it usually comes back to performance of individual injectors. I'll find one that ain't really hogging fuel like the rest of them. But if you got one of those eBay flow benches, man, those things are a couple $100. I love those things because you can actually measure how much fuel at what pressure and whatnot.
I didn't know that the EGTs they had to have their own handheld in order to operate them.
No, if you're using it standalone, yes. If you're using it with Killshot 2 and Jackpot, yes, you can integrate that data.
I'm understanding.
I'll be straight. It's a lot to code to import all those channels and to make them appropriate to where you can actually add them to a data
So
log.
it's not in for the Joker system, but
it's not in for all systems. Just a newer generation or currently like the Killshot stuff and Jackpot. Definitely heavy on those.
Okay.
But
we say newer generations. The only ECUs that have gone out for that, though, is Killshot 2 and Wildcard, I believe. Anyway, yes, cool. Carl Camp, also, how bad is it going to suck since I was 1 year and a couple weeks since purchase? They'll work with you.
No,
it's not a big
fine,
deal.
Dude.
Not a big deal.
No, it's especially when you're dealing with us in the back there.
Yeah.
All the cave trolls in the far back.
The cave trolls.
Where, the only light of day we get to see is
Oh
through
my
the
goodness,
cracks
that's
in the
not
wall.
even true. They have a giant.
We've got a really nice spot now, we do. And you'll see it in a film because there'll be a thing where we're going to be doing a lot more videos on a little bit more behind the scenes when it comes to, kind of how things flow and work around here, including what happens when you send one in and we're testing it, like what that looks like.
Yep.
Just to be clear with we straight put stuff on motors, and sometimes we'll get your system, break the thing incidentally and replace it.
Yeah, very cool. Can I do a shameless plug right now for the marketing department?
Shameless plug away.
Yeah, okay. So basically, gentlemen, I'm still collecting vehicles to go to the Triple Crown of Rotting show in Nashville. This show is already sold out. So if you have an ACES system on your vehicle and you want to attend the show and wouldn't mind doing an interview with us or just showing off your vehicle, we're trying to gather as much of that as possible. So we'll cover admission for your attendance and for your vehicle. So if you want to do that, email marketing@acesefi.com. I've been doing my best to. Oh, nice. What's up, Nick?
What's up, Nick?
So, if you want to do that, let me know. Send me an email in marketing. I'm trying to shoot for 15. So
that's pretty steep. That's going to be a great show, man.
It's going to be awesome. So we'd love to see you there. Shameless plug. Back to answering questions. I just saw something that made me think of that.
Fine. Also, if you guys are attending SEMA this year, I will be there. Probably, hopefully, if I can get them some special edition keychains.
Let's not talk about SEMA right
now. We don't want to talk about SEMA. No, but because I will be asking you guys tech questions, and depending on how good you do is how cool your keychain is.
Mm-hmm. How cool you do is how cool your keychain. That's fair.
Yeah, I got those really sweet metal ones, and I got those garbage rubber ones that break in your pocket.
I love it. Can CDI be added to the Fusion?
Yeah. You can do one up. You can do time and control with it too, or you can do it standalone and set it up. Same thing as this. Think of it like a kill shot with a few extra things going.
Yep.
And it's the weird. I mean, even the authorized tuners have said for some reason the kill shot Fusion tunes easier and quicker than any of the other kill shot variants, but there's the similarities is it's what makes the magic sauce that much better. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I think it's because we did an insane amount of early testing with the Killshot Fusion before we even made it a real product.
Yep. I mean, you already have the Fusion, I believe. Yeah, Hunter, you already have it. But for those that are on the fence, I would probably, if you're going to go that route, I definitely just point you towards the Royal Flush and just get it all in one. All right.
Hey, Ben, you should enter your car. I got a Camry, too. We Camry family around here.
I'm never getting rid of the Camry.
Dude, you don't need to.
When I get a car, I'm not getting rid of the Camry. I've already talked to people about it. I'm not doing it. It's too reliable.
Well, like you saw my Camry. Me and Josh got the same one. Mine's just blue. It's an infinite car. CV axles go bad, wheel hub assemblies, brakes and oil.
I've looked at 2 houses, all of which both have a garage and a portico for cars. Anyway, here we go.
So, Kyle Rouse, the ignition port on my PDM stopped working. Interesting. The ignition, Verify you got switch 12 volts coming in on, because there's 3 on one side and 1 on the other. This is the input, and then I'll have 3 outputs. If you are truly not getting, if you're getting voltage in, and you're not getting voltage out on any 3 of those things, holler at us.
Yeah,
that's not a big deal.
Get it handled.
Yeah. That also, you'd be the first one to have the ignition portion actually failed on that, which is interesting thinking about the schematics. So something have to be broken on the single input side because of how it's wired.
Yep.
But nevertheless, Paul Ivy, that's because the internet has allowed people to talk crap without getting punched in the face. You guys are awesome. Thanks for the tech help. And that's true. So I'll come from a generation where I have been punched in the face. And the leading cause to being punched in the face was generally my mouth.
Been there too. But
anybody of my generation or older, that's
high school days.
How it used to work.
I say high school days, I'm 20.
But man, it is what it is.
But
Jesse Green, please add the tracking to the Royal Flush. Yes, I 100% agree with that.
Yep.
They are working on that, but I think it's only one guy working on it right now to add that to across the board. Like when that comes out, it'll probably be an all-system situation. Now that I know for a fact that this other project that I wasn't aware of is actually complete, so that's good. Lots of code. Kyle, ignition switch ports on my PDM stopped working, all of them. So as any given, it's also giving me a timeout message. Oh, that's a whole different thing. That is a whole different thing. So if you're getting a timeout message,
transient voltage, something.
No, so yeah. So if you're getting a switch 12 volt in and the handheld's lighting up, that's one thing. But if it's giving you a timeout message, make sure that make sure your fuses are all good, and make sure you're getting power to the ECM, because it can still switch 12 volt, turn on the actual handheld itself, but not the system if the V main 1 connection is bad or the fuse is blown.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if the ECU is not on, you're going to have a connect timeout.
Would you like to attend my second generation training?
I would.
I have one on Thursday.
Can we do it after Triple Crown?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm hosting them every
Can
week.
we record it?
I don't know. I wouldn't be able to use any profanities. Because, the thing is, I compare a lot of stuff to how other brands work as well, and a lot of people call in and want the comparison, so I can't really record it because but, Ben, you should in your car.
I know, I get it. I should.
Bro, he's got a Hyundai.
Also good. When do you think we should, do we need to, oh boy. When do we need to start pushing classes here? Because I know a lot of people have asked for it.
Oh man,
but as soon as we start doing that here, then we can record those actually as curriculum and put them out.
Well, we can do that as well, but also some of these things is going to be just like we're doing this live thing. Some of those classes are going to be streamed.
Yeah,
100%. So we're going to put them on the big TV. We want to have somebody do the moderator position, and it's just going to be we're going to talk about stuff.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Sorry. Landon.
He has a high roller issue. crapped out again. Again, that's interesting. Yeah.
High roller,
He has a
pro, classic.
yeah. Well,
What's it going on? Let us know and see if we can.
Yeah, it's interesting though. Is it not? Was it not turning on? Was it not getting spark? Is it letting the magic smoke out?
Yep.
Interesting. Yeah, it's funny. I haven't seen high roller stuff go bad.
Well, I have.
I mean, I've seen a few, but it's usually been like really extreme stuff. Like we had one dude actually got a bad coil in a box and just smoked it. We helped him out. There was no problem there. And then a couple with like no spark, but it's like kind of a rare thing. That's something you don't see on the on our quality log of the high roller showing up that frequently.
No. But I have seen people use stuff like a high roller classic on something that does not require high roller classic or something like that. So I had a guy somehow, because they had made the gorgeous, they had just started using the what's it called, the automatic responder, and a guy had purchased something without realizing it, that he'd purchased the wrong system. So that was the only reason why I was hesitating.
Oh, that happens. Voltage in could be my mess up. Test things. Make sure the voltage in is good. Like the fuses are good. Make sure the switch 12 volt. Hunter Freeman, I got a big Toyota fan too. They're all 5.0 swaps.
We were just talking about the wife thing, Hunter. If I were just by myself, Mike could make it work.
Got one with a 20R.
That would be
that's
crazy.
Cool. We have a distributor for a 20R.
Imagine putting that in a Camry.
Yeah. No, not a 20R, man. For a Camry, you need a 1UZ.
Oh, man.
So Dana74Z, hey guys, someday come to Colorado.
Yeah.
27th Gratz Garage Colorado Nationals this weekend.
Dude, tell us, send us
They
information.
make good cleaning supplies, by the way.
Send us information. We get people requesting us to go to shows.
Yeah, if you do have that, send it to Ben.
Send it to Ben. We typically review shows at the beginning of every year, and the goal recently has been at least one show a month. If we can disperse out and split it up with some people just attending for a day or something like that, we'll do that. And I guess as we continue to grow and staffing-wise, we'll be able to go to more shows more regularly. But let us know, especially like coming into December, if there's a show you're like, gosh, you guys have to attend it. Let me know, especially around that time when I'm pitching shows. So, anyway.
Yeah. Jesse Green, when is day 2 of Doc's going to come out? Whenever I get Reed back. Reed hasn't been back. I haven't had a Reed. Because Reed's the guy that cameras that up. Yeah, Reed's out doing big boy paperwork today.
He bought a house. It's awesome.
He's spending a lot more on his house than I am on my Supra.
No, and it's yes. Also, last week we had just gotten back from Good Guys California. I didn't go.
But I've been without a camera guy, and I don't want to do it myself. I got other stuff to do.
We'll bring those back.
Yeah, we actually have
this
like
weekend.
3 or 4 videos planned with documents straight out the gate of some of the ones I've already released, and then obviously we're going to go back to the common list of problems. That way, help you guys out. Let's see, Landon Custom Classics. I had a bad ECU when I got it. Now no power to the coil, same as before. There has to be some kind of common factor in here, because that's not a normal thing to fail like that, especially twice in a row.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I wonder what is going on with that, because even if you don't have a second bad ECU fail like that in a row, we don't have that unless there's some kind of common factor in there.
What could cause a high roller ECU to go out? Let's
Voltage
just start
spikes.
there.
If you got one hooked to a starter, it'll smoke it. If you got one hooked to an alternator, it'll smoke it.
100%.
If you've hooked up power in a weird way, and it's not like directly to the battery, that
I was talking to a guy about it, last weekend or I guess it was on Friday before last weekend. He was hooking it to the battery, and right as I was ending the phone call, he talked about hooking it to the starter just to clean up wiring, and I was Thank God he
don't
said
do that.
because there's so many people that do that. But yeah, I would start there.
Hunter Freeman, so the standalone be used to do four-cylinder, multi-port four-cylinder? What, standalone what?
Standalone what is the question. The only thing that can that we have for 4 cylinders, like where you could actually put that in from an ignition perspective or from a schematic perspective on the back end, would be the Deuces Wild.
Yeah.
If that answers the question.
Yeah.
High Roller is on a 68 Thunderbird 429. That is awesome.
Was it the 429? Was it the Cobra?
Is it our system or is it?
Yeah, the High Roller.
Well, I know. Is it running on a carburetor or is it our fuel injection on it?
No, he's probably running with a kill shot.
Fair enough. See, that also could be an interesting point.
Let's see. Kyle Ross, the ECM lights up with 1 1/3 light. That's true. That is like the.
Those are both red, right?
Yeah, they're both red, and then the other two are blue. One is like RPM and communication. The other one's fuel pump activation. The other one's like main relay and then power to the fuel pump. Let's see. Carl Camp, I appreciate you guys. Got to be honest, I wasn't down at the beginning, but now I find myself defending the brand. What it do, baby?
I appreciate it, man.
That's true. So the thing is that, oh yeah, Windows is coming after 2J. I'm working on 2J stuff right now. I don't know how long that's going to take, but I bought an engine just for that. Let's see if I can convince him. No, it's, Mr. Camp been here a long time with all this stuff, and we've had our ups and downs for sure, but I've been here doing my best to try to convince people like you that this is good stuff. So everybody's a little skeptical. But you know what? Sometimes you got to do the long way around and try to listen, try to do, try to fix, try to improve.
There's a lot of really cool things happening. We may.
Oh, he has that carbureted. That's not a bad one.
We may by the end of the year be manufacturing some stuff here.
Yeah, I don't even know what yet, but we'll see.
Anyway. So there's a lot of really cool things coming. Let's see. So I recently updated my jackpot. This is Samuel Grindstaff. Good to see you, Samuel.
I've lost myself in these comments.
Sorry,
I was reading all kinds of stuff.
No, you're good. You're good. I also kind of want to go back to the ECM lights up 1 1/3 from Kyle Ross. So I recently updated my jackpot. The ECU is compensating at 160%, and I tried to fix the offset, but not changes on the ECU percentage, and it stalled out. Assume widebands are cooked.
I assume you're correct. So whenever it hits up to 160%, one thing I like to do when it comes to the wideband stuff is like to go in there and set the loop and learn comp maximum percentages down to about 15. Because if one's doing 15 and another one's doing 15, you're at 30, and that's good enough to run. I mean, if it's overcompensating, if you smoke an O2 sensor. But yeah, you got a bad O2. Clear out the learning table, turn off the O2 sensor, turn off loop comp, and then read what the actual AFR is. It's probably going to read like 30 or something, like crazy lean, and that's going to let you know that the O2 sensor may be cooked. It may just be washed down, so if you can get it to where it's, on a jackpot, you're going to have a pulse width of about 4-ish milliseconds of pulse width. If you can get that thing idling, not crazy rich or anything like that, give the O2 sensor a chance to dry itself out and see if it starts reading correctly. Then you can turn the loop and learn back on. It just probably got too much fuel on it and just went crazy.
Yep. Agreed. Okay, Landon Custom Glasses says, it did, speaking on the High Roller, it did run great for about 10 months. I've driven it like 1,000 miles.
Right on.
Directly to the battery. Wonderful. Is there any point in time, Landon, where you hooked it up to a battery charger?
Probably not.
Is there any point, where...
Hey, if you get an RMA and send that back, make sure to send the coil too, to make sure there's not some kind of internal thing with the coil just cooking that thing, because it sounds like something's breaking the driver. There's got to be some kind of common thing there. So,
is it possibly too much voltage?
no, if the primary side of the coil is too much resistance or what have you not, or is having some kind of an issue, it could, and that's more of a heat thing. It could actually kind of damage the driver, which will cause a no spark situation. So then you wouldn't have voltage to it.
Yep.
Because CDI stuff runs differently than the other.
Yep. That's not a bad idea. To look at both of those.
Yeah, see, Landon said a smart thing here. I do the same thing. When it comes to charging batteries, if you got a stone dead battery, like he says right here, you got to pull that thing out, charge it up appropriately, because I think he's probably had aftermarket radios or what have you not, or aftermarket EFI or aftermarket anything that they don't like that. They don't like that big 200 amps.
I just genuinely don't know how you go ECU bad. Like that's not a thing like you were talking about before.
There's got to be a common factor in there that's killing that.
So I wouldn't
do
mind
the
checking
RMA,
out the coil and the
send that stuff in.
ECU.
There's got to be something funny going on there. But I meant to use a wild card for a 4-cylinder. If you're using LS components, can it be selected for just 4 cylinders? Not yet, Mr. Freeman.
No.
Not yet. That's a thing when we get into the 2J, Z, and RB markets and stuff like that, and various 2 to 10 cylinder applications. That will be a thing you'll be able to set up, like what the trigger wheel is and how many cylinders you got, and what size injectors and coil stuff. And we'll probably all our stuff is going to be using LS based coils. That way we don't have to get a whole bunch of other crazy coils and might get some adapter brackets for a few things. Also, I would like a 4-cylinder LS motor. I think that would be great. Samuel Grindstaff, thank you guys. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you. Landing Cups Classics. No, I don't use battery charger without batteries. Yep, covered that one. But Jesse Green, can you change the learn table to match the VE table X and Y values? In the new generation stuff, it's a 31 by 31 table that matches. So the second generation Killshot 2 and the Jackpot 2, we've put a bigger, more robust chip in there called a V60 chip that has more available RAM and a few other features as well that I can't get into. But it does have the ability for us to actually have enough space to put them big old honking tables.
Right now, a lot of those things we're trying to retroactively add to our previous generation systems. So the problem with that is, what do you take out? What you got to give and take.
Yeah,
and
we put a whole bunch into those things.
With the newer ones, there's just more room to do stuff. So that's why they have it. Yeah, but again, the only ones that are out that I know of, and correct me if I'm wrong, please let me know if you have something else, is the Killshot 2 and the Wildcard 2. Those are the only ones that I know of. But the rest are on their way.
No, there's a whole list of them that's going to have the bigger tables and all that stuff.
And that will be the default eventually. So,
Blueprint Engine did do that 4-cylinder LS. Yeah, I was watching a whole thing about that this weekend while I was chilling.
Really? Yeah. Huh. I did not know that.
Did I chill, or that they made a 4-cylinder LS?
Yes, the 4-cylinder LS.
Yeah, because I got ridiculous. 0 chill.
Anyway, I wanted to go back to Kyle Ross. He had the thing with the lights. I'd want to know if, are they just solid on, Kyle, or are they flickering?
Yeah, they shouldn't flicker, but yeah, his lights are 1 and 3.
Yeah. Because I have seen somebody hook it up, and it was wrong, and it shot. Basically, they put, love the guy, but he put the injector harness to, I think it was transmitters. I can't remember. They went together, but they were not. They were supposed to be injector to injector and something else to something else, and he flipped it, and immediately you started flickering in the ECU. So. So I'm just wondering if that's.
I remember that conversation.
Yeah, he was there.
Any hoozles, don't do that.
Yeah.
So
he's awesome. He shall remain nameless, but it was good. It was all good.
That's 'cause
we got it figured out.
Social media presence. Anyways, yeah. Building a 1UZ for my Corona.
Corona.
Yeah, I'll take one of those, please. Ice cold, about yay tall. And the 22R, we have 22R stuff. We don't have 22RE stuff though, but we do have 22R.
Yeah.
Our friend Elise has a very nice Toyota truck with the 22R. Has our distributor coil and the Deuce is Wild, and it runs like a champion. Drove it 1,000 miles here.
Love it.
Hung out for the weekend. We actually updated a lot of really cool stuff on there. It was great.
Yep.
Kenneth Hostman, yeah. Looking at your master kits, what would you recommend for a 302 347 stroker motor for street use purpose? For that, I'd go multi-port with that. I'd check in on that Wildcard 2. Big fan of that. Has big tables and everything. And if you're doing a 340 stroker, you probably got a fat cam. Hopefully you did the reinforcements in the top and on the bottom. I've broke those in half.
Yep.
And also same thing with the 331 with too much nitrous. It likes to just break in half. It's neat.
I agree. But I mean, yeah. You could go TBI, but I would definitely for that.
TBI's fine, but if you really want to get that squeeze all you can get out of that 347.
I'm with you.
I would go multi-port with the Wildcard 2. It's the newest system. It's really neat. I would go with that.
Yeah, we need this. This is a me personally thing, but I will start pushing multi-port if it's possible. If you can go that direction, I would go that direction. If you can't, you can make TBI work. I think most of the time, since Killshot 2, those have become more flagship items for us. Jackpot. We need to push more people towards multi-port, because when people do end up going that route, they walk away more satisfied if I don't have to do anything else with it. Not eventually, there's still more to do, if that makes sense. And Hunter Freeman gives me wise advice to beg forgiveness than asking permission.
Facts.
Amen. No, it's all good. I want to get to some of these other questions too from our last Tech Tuesday, because I know sometimes we miss it. How much time have we been running for?
For a minute?
Almost 45 minutes. Philip Brandenburg. Is it possible to mount the ECU in a waterproof box and then use Deutsch-type bulkhead connectors to connect the throttle body to the ECU?
Yeah.
I don't see why not.
You can. It's a heavy modification to the harness, but if you're making sound decisions and all that, that does limit us on having to be able to warranty your harness. But if it does damage the ECU, that also limits that as well. But if it's fine, it's fine. That's the only risk you're doing.
Yep. Also, I've seen people, for some of you boat guys, a lot of people questions about the handheld and stuff like that. Bluetooth. It's a thing now. So this for all you boat guys, you don't have to run a cord. Anyway, it's great.
So, no garage guy, Tim, are you saying that Fusion can survive EMP? I need one of those, my rigs, and a bug out vehicle, Wolverines. No, it should actually do, that unit should do better from an EMP burst than your cell phone would do.
That's true.
Because I have done some interesting stuff with my electromagnetic field generator to give these things a headache, and the best I've got was the handheld glitching a bunch because it's not as shielded as the ECU is, and it doesn't have a very interesting strategy on how it handles random peak delta stuff.
Yeah. J Skills 12 Bull, need more tuners, have to reach out to tuners in Texas and get no response.
Yeah, they're all pretty booked right now. I'm trying my best to get
Texas
more tuners.
People.
But
sign up.
What I run into is a lot of people that apply when I reach out to them and stuff. They want to know when does classes start and how much do we pay.
Yeah, we've said
that is not a thing. But if you're already a tuner running a shop and you want to get into this to help bring some more customers into your shop, put on your dyno, do remote stuff.
Give us a shout.
You know, Elliot, Willie, Justin, and Bryant, they have all done really well. And the guys down at DFW Speed Syndicate have all done really well, adding more to their actual business by becoming authorized tuners. So they get a lot more ACES stuff. After they've kind of learned the ropes on the whole thing, they're just like, bang, money, you know, there it is.
I love it. Yeah, absolutely. Citation Monkey, it's been a while, man. Good to see you back. Hey guys, I'm making headway on an add-on knock sensor for ACES TBI units and have a couple of questions. Dude, this guy, he just makes some cool stuff. How is the ECM set up to use NOS input, as in does it need a steady 12 volt input? Sorry.
Yes.
I ask because my first test run, I was getting output from the knock module that flicked as light intermittent knock would, but the ACES data log did not record any input to NOS. Next, what would you record for settings in the advanced tuning software? I enabled NOS retard, set the retard to 10, and the ramp time to 0.00 seconds. Should this work, or will it need an update to work this way? Thanks. Wow. This is, I mean, there's some of the things that conversations I had with him at Good Guys Columbus, and they were just, he was going to build a distributor, and it may still be in the works for, oh man, I'm blanking. But basically, he was going to take one of our distributors, kind of like, and make it counterclockwise, because some of them do. And he was going to build a brand new distributor for a whole aspect of some of you guys that deal with that with Oldsmobile and stuff like that. Anyway, really cool guy. Good to hear from you again. This is a Tim thing. I don't know.
No, solid 12 volts, so input in is input in. So if you set it for 10 and 0 seconds of ramp in, it should pull 10 instantly as soon as that 12 volts in. The thing is, even though it's ramped in, there's still a bit of a latency for ramping out. So you end up with that weird little in the data log when you're looking at knock retard. But it's not going to be knock retard in this situation because he's using the nitrous input to retard timing for a knock sensor to give it a thing. I would put that on a little bit of a delay, depending on what kind of module. If you're using like an Arduino-based thing, you can actually make it trigger and then delay. That way it's not such a sharp input. Because the nitrous retard thing, depending on a lot of other parameters, it used to be set you can only use it one time per launch, but I don't think it has that limitation anymore. But I would steady up that 12 volt input just in case that the inputs are faster than the logic itself, because there's still going to be time that, you know, it's looking for the input, but it's within a window. So if it's too quick, it ain't going to do nothing.
Makes sense.
Threshold stuff.
Doesn't make sense. It makes sense to these guys. Anyway. Whoa. Okay. Hunter Freeman. Okay, Ben, I'll get the multi-port for the 50 Chrysler, but I need a Ford transmission controller.
No, I need Ford transmission controller too.
No, yes, absolutely. And Mopar transmissions. Sean O'Donnell. So the second gen ECUs are out for the Killshot 2. Can the ECUs be purchased to upgrade an early KS2? Yes. Sorry, these chairs are falling apart.
It's a horrible chair.
Yes, they can be purchased. I don't know all of the specifics for it, so you probably need to call
the sales folks know that.
Customer service. Can they be purchased? Yes.
Yeah.
At the same time, you know, overall, I mean, there's some things that they can do right now. So, like, if you got a Killshot 2 ECU, it says Killshot 2 on it, you can do fuel level. You've got the larger fuel table. You know, that's great. But other than that, parameter-wise, it is the same system, and we are actively working on retroactively fitting for those older style systems. So like, I don't want to push you to like, you got to do this now. We don't want to do that to anybody. So waiting's fine, but if you want to go and purchase one, I know you can.
They want the bigger field tables and the field level.
If you want, hey, go for it. Wildcard 2, Killshot 2, and as we go, we will make that for all of the systems. So, yeah. Okay, so it is.
Call the sales department. Call customer service and ask them about that swap up. See what they can do for you. That's a price list I haven't got a hold of yet. So otherwise I'll be like, yes, it's this much money, or like, yes, it's this thing. Mm-hmm. So.
I want to get to Facebook too, but like at the same time. Jesse Green, he says, it seems like maybe I should get a different type of ECU. I have the Royal Flush and Aces coil, but want the newer features and tracking. What ECU do I need to add CDI to the ECU?
Royal Flush 2?
Yeah, we will have a Royal Flush 2 very soon. Yeah. You could also
I don't know if that's going to change the harness at all, though.
It won't. It's just the structure of the ECU.
Yeah, it's a newer chip, bunch of cool stuff, some updates to some heat sinks and stuff inside the CDI stuff.
The reason why it's great is because you don't have to take anything out of it. It has everything already, plus we added all the other things. To retroactively fit everything, as I probably, overstated this, we have to take stuff out in order to put it in. What are those things? I don't know, and that's not my job to figure out. But that's the reason.
It reminds me of an email I need to write. Is there a side-by-side comparison of old Killshot versus new Killshot 2 features? Yeah, I've done a few of those. Video, written documents, a few things.
Yeah. So when the Killshot 2 originally came out, the major features were hardware design. The end goal was also software, but people were pushing us really hard, saying, "I can't put a drop-down air cleaner on this thing." There's all kinds of different, especially with the fuel pressure sensor. There's so many exterior things going on, so we tried to integrate as much of those things as possible. We're talking about the dual quad stuff, very cool. So those will be able to have dual throttle bodies running together, and the chipsets within the handhelds themselves boosted to 64-bit, so they were faster than or on par with like an iPhone. Now I have the Bluetooth module, so that's not saying much. You can get the Bluetooth module and run your phone. It's super fast.
We're still working on iOS stuff.
Yeah. Oh no.
Let's see.
Backdrop's not going to make it.
Oh, backdrop's falling. Whatever.
Anyway, so there should be, all that to say, there should be stuff on the website. If not, we will update that as we go, but we haven't like hardcore launched them. Do they exist? Yes. Could you go buy one? Yes. But we haven't been like, hey everyone, buy these.
I'm just doing final verification on those.
Yeah.
So waiting for production, do a thing, do another thing, make a bunch of videos, talk about that, throw some ads out. They're going to be dope.
We probably won't do that until we get to the point where we say, what's it called? Until we have like them for all of them. So
yeah. You guys are a blast. Thanks. Oh wait, I missed a thing from Kyle Ross. Lights stay on. I get the timeout message. No 12-volt ignition pass through to PDM. Interesting. Might just have a bad PDM. Could have smoked it. Not a big deal to send in if it's a thing. We can test that too. If it's not getting power through, not a big deal. Hunter Freeman, I'm using the Fuel Command Center tune with the Fusion. Seems to work just fine so far. I'm a big fan of the Command Center tune and the Fusion combination. He's throwing old HEI in a small block, Command Center 2, and then run one return back to the tank. You're pulling your old Nova out of the weeds at that point. Jesse Green, if I paid the difference, would sales let me upgrade?
Yes.
I think that's.
I just don't want to make you. If you want to do that, by all means. It sounds like a terrible salesman tactic, but like you don't have a bad system. But if you wanted to go that route, you could. Yeah. If you have the Royal Flush, that one doesn't. I don't think we're selling that one yet. If you wanted to have it right now, I would say go Killshot 2 ECU and get the high roller. You know, if you wanted the CDI, or just get the Killshot 2, wait for getting a CDI later, because the Killshot 2 also has a really good spark output of 150 megajoules or millijoules. So, so it's fine. But I also, you know, it won't be a very long time. I know we've said this stuff with the fuel level, but the fuel level required us cutting things out, or we made a larger chip in these newer ECUs. So that's what's going on there. Okay. It's a pretty new purchase. Yes, you could talk to them. You call customer service, see what they say. J. C. Meyer 5. Sorry if it's been explained elsewhere. I have been out of the loop. No, totally fine. Please ask. That's why we do this. Paul Megler. What's the recommended wire gauge size to use to feed the PDM?
About like 10 or 8.
Yeah.
Thereabouts. That should do you just fine. I like that level. 10 should do you pretty good. It should supply everything it needs.
Yep.
Let's see, Hunter Freeman, yes, dual quad. I want to put twin Turbskis on my tunnel ram on my 351 Windsor F100. I do agree. Also, you can use the turbos up in the headlights. It looks really neat and put the ring lights on it. Big fan.
There are other things like the 4 throttle blades. The drilling for that's different on the 2 throttle bodies. I just realized there are other hardware changes from Killshot 2 to Killshot, or the original Killshot. I didn't list there. There are more things than that. So
Jesse Green, thanks for information. You guys are awesome. No, you're awesome.
No, you're
Jesse.
awesome, dude. Thank you. Drill us. Give us questions, and we'll do our best to answer them. We appreciate doing this. Really, it helps us. You know, this dialogue is way better than you trying to find it somewhere else. So, that's why we do it. So. Anyway, I think we have like 5 minutes. No, we have 3 minutes. Let's see if there's something on the Facebook group I can just pull real quick, because I want to get to some of these. It's been a while. Unless there's something that you want to address right off the bat, Tim.
On the Aces EFI installs help tips and tricks. The other group that's not
the other group that hates us.
Oh, they don't hate us. Is there a particular USB drive for my HS Killshot? Also, it won't let me send to mild or even race and setup page. You got to hit the save button on that. For the USB drive, that's a Jack Overman comment. That'd be like a USB 2, USB 3.0, something like that. That has a good data transfer. If you have a 1.0, it's real slow, so it'll time out or corrupt files, as I found out. David Moore from the Aces EFI installs and helps and such. Any issues running Taylor 10.5 plug 10.5 millimeter plug wires with jackpot? No, as long as they are spiral core, not solid core. You should be solid by not using solid cores, because they make like weird energy.
Yep. Ben Vollins from the Facebook group, the Aces EF500s in text, says, so voltage regulator in my alternator shorted out, and I had to drive almost all the way home on just the battery. Ever since, it seems like my Killshot won't idle well. That's not what he says, but I'm just going to say that's what he says. IAC command is 174, but barely idles at 500 RPM now. And the system is pulling fuel at idle where it never did before. I had this thing running darn near perfect before this. I suspect my IAC failed closed. Does anyone have a part number for this on the KS1?
Well, I would make sure, what I would do is I would disconnect your fuel pump on that, and I'd get a buddy to cycle the key a few times. So key on, key off, key on. I would clear the learn table. I would just reset the ECU to make sure there's nothing corrupted in there from low voltage issues, and I would run through that setup again.
Yep.
Because it sounds like your IAC probably works, but it's probably just lost its mind because I don't know where it's at key cycles will push it forward and forward and forward until it zeroes out, and then it knows exactly where it's at. But yeah, it sounds like you got some weird stuff going on the learning table. I'd do that. Verify your fuel pressure. I'd do that.
Let's see. I have a Matt Sino, I guess. I have a kill shot going on a Ford 300 stock. Initial timing is 10 degrees. It runs good at 14 with the stock setup. Do I set initial timing at 15 if ACES is controlling my timing?
Yeah.
Or do I set it at 10? Yes.
So if your ACES is controlling the time and you want to set it at 15, that's just a verification. It's not setting your static timing. And like you do in an HEI, you set it at 15, you have it locked in your handheld, and then you verify it's 15 on the balancer, adjust your distributor accordingly, tighten it up, and go in there and unlock it in the handheld, and then it will do whatever timing you tell it to after that, because it's all digital at that point.
Yep. It's cool like that. I just want to make sure I'm not losing anybody. JC Meyer 5, so on that internal coil driver on the KS2, was there an issue with the early models? All of the issues I see, it seems to be the most talked of internal coil drivers. No.
Not on kill shot stuff, no. The only thing we had a coil driver issue with was like 3 years ago on a Joker, and that wasn't even really a driver issue. It was more of we just needed something beefier.
Yeah, the changes.
Those things were barely for sale at that time, but that's like way in the past.
The changes that we came. The reason why we pursued changes were, one, people were asking. That's obviously where we come from on everything, and two. We've just been able to optimize and make the systems better. So as we have been able to source larger chipsets for the price that we would agree to offer them at, now we, as technology advances and as we advance, we can do more, and we will continue to do more. So that's why there wasn't like oh man, this issue's ruining us, so we have to change our systems. And also, the reason why I think we've kind of stepped away from the original kill shot as well is just because the newer designs offer more, as well as offering the same things the old systems did. So we're not going to say like the kill shot 1 is bad or that we won't support it in any way. We've just kind of went away from pushing it as hard because you can get something better. And actually, you can get it cheaper than those older systems.
And the kill shot Fusion, we put 2 drivers in it, actually. That's to help distribute a bunch of heat and load so you can use nastier coils, I guess you could say.
Yep. No, it's true. All right. We're over an hour, so I probably need to go ahead and wrap it up. But guys, if there's any more last minute questions we can hit real quick before we go. I think we've got everything. We hit the Facebook group really quickly. It's not as much as I wanted to do. But I can build a list for next time. Also, as you guys have questions after this live, feel free to leave them down below and we'll get to them in the next one. This Camry isn't the droid you're looking for. Thank you, Hunter. No, but guys, genuinely, thank you so much for tuning into this Tech Tuesday. I really enjoy the back and forth a little bit more than just answering the questions. So that's really awesome. So thank you guys. Tim, thank you for coming over here. Even though it's not a drive to the studio, it's just a minor leisurely walk from the back of the warehouse to here. He's getting his own building, so it'll be across the parking lot through the building.
That's not even going to be like across the parking lot. It'd just be
to grandmother's house we go.
It'll be a side door.
No, but it's okay. But we're glad to be in here. We're gonna
maybe start getting ACES umbrellas for the rainy days. I got to walk outside.
We're gonna do some designs in here to not have things falling, but to be obviously more permanent setup. There's ideas that you guys have for that. Let me know. I've got ideas. We'll build it out together. But yeah, gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this episode of Tech Tuesday. Let us know if you liked it. Please leave a like down below.
Yeah.
And all those other things. Comment. Point others towards our direction. Whatever it is, however it goes. We got things, all kinds of things to do. More videos to make. But we'll see you after Triple Crown.
Wait till you guys see what I'm testing currently. It's dope.
That was what I was going to show you guys, but I guess I can't show you.
Not allowed to.
Yeah.
No, we'll make a sweet video, though, about the thing.
Oh, we will. That's a good point. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see all of you in the next one. Bye for now.